Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my hair and my very red face. I just finished doing some exercise, but now I'm excited to share with you my Knitcrate DIY for May, even though today is the 1st of June. So I'm going to flip the camera and show you the yarn that I'm going to dye, and also I'm going to talk you through a little bit of the method that I chose to do this with. Here the yarn is 100% superwash merino 2-ply. Let me just show you a little bit of it. So it's a fingering weight. I think it's about 360 meters in each skein. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak this in water for a bit. Well, maybe for about an hour while I have some breakfast and enjoy my coffee with some knitting. And then I'm going to dye it with Kool-Aid. So yeah, keep watching. So I'm just going to submerge the wool. Just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And I'm gonna let it soak the water here for a bit. It's been about an hour and a bit more than an hour, and I've got my yarn out. It smells beautiful. I don't know why, I always like the smell of yarn. I have here my 2 skeins. I also have here the Knitcrate YouTube channel. So this is the video that Rebecca shows everyone how to dye the yarn with the Kool-Aid. So I've got my Kool-Aid here. I've got my gloves. I've got a plate where I'm going to put the Kool-Aid. Rebecca has a very good video on the Knitcrate YouTube channel that shows us exactly how to do it. So go ahead and watch that if you've got your yarn and your Kool-Aid, obviously your gloves, because you could get stained fingers from the Kool-Aid. But we're just gonna, I've watched the video, I kind of know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you how I do it. So I'm gonna set this aside. Okay. For this yarn, I've got 2 skeins. You could dye, so let me just spread my skeins. So from 1 Kool-Aid, you could dye 1 skein. If you want to do a solid color, just go ahead and dissolve one of your sachets in water. Let it get to almost boiling, but not boiling, just like a little bit of simmering. Turn it to very low and soak in your wool, and then let it just not cook, but let it just simmer a little bit, just barely bubbling in the water for about, my natural dyes, I usually let them simmer for about an hour, maybe less with this because it's kind of like an acid dye. So 20 minutes, I think it should be fine, but do watch Rebecca's video for the best advice. But for my yarn, I'm going to use both of them, and I'm going to do specks. So some red and orange specks on my yarn. First of all, you want to put a cling film on your table, so it keeps your table safe from the dye. Now this is completely safe to do at home using your usual cookware, because it's just Kool-Aid and we drink this. I mean, I don't, but people drink this in America, so it's safe. What you want to do is spread your yarn, and it doesn't all fit in the camera, so I'm just gonna make some room, but I want to spread my yarn beautifully like that on the table. There we go. Yeah, like that. And then what I'm going to do is open these Kool-Aids. Just rip it, I guess. Ooh, this is really concentrated. So I'm going to put the cherry one on that side, which looks quite purpley, I have to say, and the orange one on the other side. Oops, come on now, open up. There we go. So this is quite it's like very, very fine salt. Wow, it really smells strong. A bit artificial color, but anyway. So I've got here the cherry flavor and I've got here the orange flavor. So I'm just going to take my glove, just one glove, because I'm just going to do it with one hand. And just pinch a little bit and just slightly let it fall on my yarn. Just a little bit, and you can already see how strong it is, that it kind of gives the yarn, it sucks it in. Can you see here already? You can see it. Wow. And then I want to do the same with my orange one, but I'm going to take this glove off and use the other glove to do the same with the orange color. So pinch and drop, just like snow. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to take my glove off because I want to twist the yarn around and I don't want to touch it with the powdery gloves. Okay, so just twist the yarn like that. So we have the other side. Ooh, it's kind of like a now it's a combination of wool sheep smell with Kool-Aid. Ooh, see, got it on my fingers. Doesn't matter. It should wash off. So I'm gonna put my cherry glove on and I'm gonna do some cherry specks. You have to give it a little bit of time to sink in your yarn before you put too much, because you don't want it to you don't want to have too much on it, because as you can see, the longer you leave it on, the more it sucks in, and it to start with it looks like you don't have much color on it, but then as it develops, it kind of like you get more color. So I just want to try to see if I've got any more bare in between, to see if I need to put any more anywhere else. I think I'm quite happy with it. Just maybe around here where the ties are, I might need to spread them out a bit. Here's some more ties, so I can make sure that I've got enough there. So see, this is a bit lighter because where the yarn is tied, you don't tend to get much in there or here in the corners. I'm just going to spread that out like that. Oh my days. Oops. All right then. I'm going to put my glove back on and just put a few more specks around there. So a few more specks of this, of red. Oops. I really like this combination, the red and the orange. Well, it's kind of like a pinky red, but I think pink and orange, it's quite fashiony these days. Just a bit there. Maybe a bit there. Okay. Switch my glove and go for my orange. orange there and here. Okay, so I'm quite happy with my colors. And now what Rebecca mentions in the video is that you want to wrap your yarn in the cling film, make it into like a sausage, and then put it in the microwave for, I can't remember how much the video in the video she mentions, but go ahead and watch the video. But you kind of put it in the microwave to warm it up to secure this color, or you can steam it. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So I just want to spread it like this, so it doesn't really sit on each other, on itself, on each other. Yeah, we're on each other. So spread it a bit like this. Okay. I feel like I haven't got much color in here on the edges. Yeah, look, there's quite a bit there. Oh, that's not good. Let's put the gloves back on. Put some more color on there. Wow, look at that. Did not want that, but anyway, hopefully it comes off in a few days. So I'm going to go with a little bit of yellow on here, where I'm kind of missing some color. Okay, and then some red, and I'm not going to switch the glove again because I'm not going to use it again, so this is kind of it. Nope, wrong one. Okay, so I think now I'm quite happy with it. All right, put it back on there like that, and now from this side, oops, I'm going to start to wrap it. Don't have to wrap it too tight because you kind of want to be able to the steam to get in through it. Just push it in a bit. Look at that color. Wow. So keep wrapping. Kind of make sure that your cling film closes. Make into a sausage like that. I feel like I'm making rich tea salami or something. Have you ever made that? So there's the yarn. I hope I did it right. So now I'm going to, it's not sticking, I'll probably have to put another wrap around it. And then I'm going to put it like this in this, like steam it. Put like a colander on top of some simmering water and let it steam there for, I don't know, half an hour maybe. And then I'll show you what it looks like when we bring it out. All right, so my yarn got steamed, and then I let it cool down and I gave it a wash. No bleeding of the color at all, but from what you can see, my specks they're not really specks, so I kind of ended up with variegated yarn, which I don't mind. I really like it. The cherry turns out quite pink, and the orange is like orange and yellow. Really nice colors. I don't see too much of my white anymore. It's fine, I like it, and I already have something in my mind to knit this yarn into something. One thing that I don't understand what happened is I have these like navy specks in my yarn, and I don't know where they will come from, because I mean there's nothing that I used to be that color. But just, you know, here and there, there's like just a couple there, a couple there. There are a few of those navy specks. Here's another one there. There's another one. Where do they come from? The only thing I'm thinking about, it might have been some dye in the Kool-Aid. Just dyed this yarn like that, but yeah. So I'm gonna let it dry and then wind it into skeins and cast on with them. I'm nearly finished with my licorice cardigan, and I will be writing the pattern so I can show you the finished project. But yeah, this is my Knitcrate for May. It came white, like ivory white merino wool with some Kool-Aid sachets, and this is what it's become. Exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks for watching, and thank you Knitcrate for this beautiful yarn. And please don't forget to check the description down below for links where you can find your Knitcrate and get 20% off your first order with Knitcrate using code TEO20. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!